Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's pre-orders, and they are live. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Alright, so we got this week's pre-orders. Let's go ahead and take a look. So getting started here, we have the Thousand Suns Librarian Consul. So a very cool new model right here, and this one is coming from forgeworld in resin. 43 bucks for this bad boy. I do like the overall look of this. I know for a long time people have talked about the big difference between Horus Heresy and 40k. It's just the amount of detail on the models. The Horus Heresy models tend to be like a little bit more plain, but I can't help but notice that seems to be changing, as this guy is literally like loaded with detail. And I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess it depends what kind of style you like, but I think this guy looks awesome. So very, very cool, nice new model, and very, very crisp here as well. Matter of fact, this is so crisp, I can't tell if this is an actual model or if this is like 3D rendering. I think it's a model, but tough to tell, especially because the base here looks like a 3D print. But interesting nonetheless. All right, and then next we got the Brutal Kunnin Special Edition. So this is 75 bucks, and this is the limited edition or like special edition version. Very, very green, very, very cool. Gotta love the bad rack art on the back. Just overall nice quality. These books are really cool. I'm always a fan of the special edition stuff. Signed by Mike Brooks. And a little bit of orky squig art as well. And just scrolling down here, we see that there are 1,500 copies signed and numbered. So if you are after this one, orcs are pretty fun and fairly popular. So this will sell out in time, but definitely not going to be like the mad rush like we see with some of the other like Space Marine novels. All right, and then moving right along, this one is definitely exciting. The Palanite Enforcer Tauros Venator. So unfortunately, this is 60 bucks. I was really expecting this to be $50, right in line with like all of the other Necromunda vehicle kits. And on top of that, most of the other kits, matter of fact, I think all of them, the faction specific ones, come 2 per vehicle set. And I think they're all 50 bucks. So you only get one of this and it's 60 bucks. Still really cool. Really, really nice model. Definitely a fan. I love the detail. I love that they reimagined this as an enforcer vehicle. As previously it was like just available from forgeworld, and it was for the Astra Militarum, but very well done. Still has a lot of the old flavor to it, but reimagined. And then here we see with the concussion blasters. Very cool, definitely a fan. Lots and lots of detail on this thing. Definitely has that like Mad Max feel to it. Yeah, really cool. I have not been picking up the most recent Necromunda releases, but I was thinking about grabbing one of these. I'm sure eventually I will, but very cool. So dang, that's crazy. Man, seeing a Space Marine next to this thing, it just looks so small. Which, I mean, isn't crazy. Obviously, the Space Marine is on a base, and the angle is kind of like weird. But just picturing this, I would have expected it to like be a little bit bigger than this, especially for 60 bucks. And super cool box right there. So nice kit right here. In my opinion, though, a little bit overpriced. But over the last couple of years, we have definitely been seeing the price creep hit the smaller games like Necromunda in particular. All right, and then next we have the Necromunda Apocrypha hardback. So 50 bucks for this bad boy, and very cool cover art right here. Underheim Nemesis in Necromunda. And then it does say like all of the various contents here. And I really don't keep up with Necromunda like I used to when I was playing on the regular. And it is very hard to keep up with. But 128 page hardback expansion for Necromunda. It includes the new vehicle rules. This is for Vansar, Escher, Orlok, Goliath, Cawdor, and Delac gangs. Collection of rules to breathe life into your games, including all new campaign options. Man, I'm not even sure. Is that correct? I mean, I'm assuming that's correct, especially because my knowledge of the Necromunda books lately is a little lackluster. But for some reason, I was thinking this was going to be the book that had the Enforcers rules in it, the Delac rules, and then probably like Corpse Grinders. But I don't know. Man, I'm a little rusty on this, so don't trust me on Necromunda. Few things are simple on Necromunda. Gangers thought lost in battle sometimes resurface later. Seemingly back from the dead, mysterious figures rise to plague an area, taunting the local gangs and working towards their own agenda. Settlements grow, falter, or change as the tides of fate shift. One thing is certain in the Underhive, there's never a dull moment. This campaign book offers a collection of rules intended to enhance your campaigns, including new options for adding a nemesis to your games, dynamic living settlings, and even bringing back dead gangers. You'll also find a collection of existing rules for various publications, updated where needed to act as a guide for adding new elements to your ongoing campaigns. This is also the first place to find rules for the Delac vehicles. This 128-page rulebook includes Underhive Nemesis rules for single individuals who can help shape the events of a campaign as foils for your gang, fleshed out with their own unique abilities. Living settings, ever-changing background settlements with variable populations, commerce, and environments, including 6 examples. Resurrection packages, 10 ways to bring fallen fighters back from the dead for a price. So that's very cool. Definitely awesome. One thing I love about Necromunda is like the threat of death and like lasting injuries and stuff like that. But it can be a real hit when you lose somebody that you've had for a long time. So kind of cool that there's resurrection here, but also it does sort of like take away the threat of death. So I hope the price is definitely heavy. 7 scenarios, including 4 arbitrator and 3 gang raid plots, uprising campaigns, a complete narrative campaign based around the breakdown of imperial law and the rise of recidivist elements, including 6 scenarios, outlaw brutes, 4 new horrors and abominations to test your gangs or bolster them, vehicle rules, new options for Vansar, Escher, Goliath, Orlok, and Cawdor gangs, and for the first time rules for Delac gang vehicles, miniature showcase for House Delac and Heroes of Jardland. This is an expansion to Necromunda. You'll need a copy of the Necromunda Ashwaste rulebook and the Necromunda Core rulebook, both available separately to use the contents of this book. Okay, yeah, so definitely was off on that one because for some reason I was thinking that the actual vehicle was coming out with the book for the vehicle rules, but that does not appear to be the case. But interesting nonetheless. I do like that they have put like all of the like White Dwarf publications, updated them all in one place. I also thought I remember reading in one of the articles from Warhammer Community that this had the actual like campaign narrative stuff from Dark Uprising. So that's pretty cool because the Dark Uprising set is basically impossible to get at this point in time. But it is wild just how many books you always seem to need for Necromunda and how confusing it is for new players. But I guess if you need the Necromunda core rulebook, the Ashwaste book, and then also this book right here has like a lot of the Dark Uprising stuff, you're all set. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now back to the video. So that is pretty much it for this week. Obviously they have the EPUB as well, $37.99 for that compared to the $50 for this. Very strange that the EPUB is like barely cheaper, but I guess you're paying for convenience. And that is technically it for this week's pre-orders. Just kind of scrolling down here is all like the new releases. Lots of stuff here. Tufts are back in stock. Obviously saw a lot of the like Christmas stuff and everything on here as well. Games Workshop definitely been doing well, like restocking some of the stuff that was out of stock recently. As we like continue scrolling down here, we see a lot of the Legion Imperialis stuff that was originally gone is back. Not surprised to see the red squig sock slippers selling out here as they are obviously awesome. A lot of the Necron characters gone as well. And then, of course, still quite a bit of the Legion Imperialis stuff is out of stock. So very, very cool. I mean, this game has definitely been popular. Now, I don't know what the production numbers look like on it, so it's tough to tell exactly how much demand there was. But this has come back into stock now twice and sold back out again. So there is definitely some demand for this. So let me know if you are one of those people who's playing Legion Imperialis. Also, let me know, we saw the recent leaks for Warhammer Fantasy Battles and like the resurrection of the old world. So let me know if you're interested in that as well. Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. Special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the video. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on Games Workshop products. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man. And it's been a little tough to keep up with what's coming out every week, but definitely excited to see some of these new releases and really looking forward to next week's stuff. And I'm out of here.